Happy Friday, y'all out there in social media world. Tiffanie Kellog here with another amazing woman entrepreneur living a child-free. Super excited to have Teresa joining us. Welcome.
Thank you, Tiffany, for having me on. I appreciate it.
So excited to talk to another child-free woman. And I just love that there's so many different careers that women have found that are a little different than the mainstream, even men, mainstream entrepreneurs. And I say that because I've worked with entrepreneurs, y'all, for 20 years plus. And in the last year, since I've been talking to child-free women, there have been a dozen professions I've never heard of before that is represented. So it's an amazing thing. But before we talk about Teresa and her business, so she is a musician. What was your primary instrument? Is it still your primary instrument? What all do you use for music? Please tell us a little bit about one of your loves.
Okay. My primary instrument was actually piano, and I started very young, about, I would say, 6 or 7. I have also played flute, guitar, bass, and I'm learning instrument is still piano.
Any recommendations for someone that just got her hands on a keyboard and hasn't only played a teeny bit many years ago?
Have a lot of patience with yourself first and foremost, especially if yourself. Now, I had somebody teach me. I'm having to relearn some stuff because I've played off and on. But you got to have a lot of patience with yourself. Don't compare yourself to this person or that person. If you need to find a piano teacher, find one that's recommended, because that's what my parents did when I started. Gotcha. It takes time and patience, and don't rush the process. I mean, don't think you've got to do so many lessons per day. I got caught up in that in my older years, and it's like, what are you doing this for? One lesson a day, one lesson a week. Don't try to, just keep cramming stuff in, because if you cram, it's not going to stick. It never does.
Yeah. I've started with, I need to remember what music theory is. And luckily, some of it's coming back. It's interesting, when I got into networking and I found out golf was a thing. I was like, thank you, Dad, for getting me golf lessons several summers. My dad's a scratch golfer, and so I know how to putt. Like, one time we played and I got a birdie all by myself. Like, we were playing best ball and we played my best ball all three. I'm so excited. I'm like, holy crap, I'm ready to quit golf now because I did well. So I at least had a little bit of skill left over, decent amount of skill left over from when I learned as a kid. And so piano, I knew a little bit. So I'm hoping it's going to be similar. And it's just for fun. I actually read that musical instruments help keep the brain sharp as you get older.
They do. I'm a big proponent of musical education because my parents were. I mean, I've gone through so many different instruments. As I said, right now, my current instrument is drums, but I've been in it for about 2 years, and I'm also taking voice lessons. Been taking those for a couple of years too, but my primary instrument will always be the piano.
Love it.
And I've got the old books that I used to learn with. I'm slowly going back through and doing one lesson a week. If you try one lesson a day and I've got everything else going on, and that's not really worth it. Music is supposed to be fun. I mean, if you want to make it profession, that's fine. But wait till you're experienced enough to start thinking about that. Don't go out of the box thinking, okay, like, say you're not going to be able to do classical music right after that. I mean, have realistic pressure on yourself. I learned the hard way. I mean, as an adult learner, gotcha. I'm guilty of that. Oh, Lord, I'm guilty of that.
As adults, I think we are very much, we want to be good at things right away.
Right.
Forgetting that
we do.
But the thing is, anything right away.
Never get it. No, you can't have like a brain, like it downloaded into your mind and be able to go from playing London Bridge to playing Chopin the next day. It's not going to happen. It took me at least a year, if not 2, to start learning how to play classical music. And that was back when I was 4, 5, and 6. So, you can't rush stuff. I mean, if you do, you're setting yourself up for frustration and failure. That's what I've learned as a musician.
Right. Yeah. And learn the right way to start. If you don't like
Right.
that's how I have to figure out what bad habits I'm bringing forward, because it is easy. It's much easier to learn the right way and start off the right way versus
Right.
fix once you learn all the bad things. But we're not here,
Yeah.
y'all, to talk about bad things. We are here to talk about, well, I mean, we're doing that. We're talking about Teresa. And I am so excited. Y'all know I rarely, ever, ever, ever get through a bio. And I say, y'all, I want a short bio, a handful of words. Today, Teresa, you may be the first person ever that I actually get through your bio. And it's not because, like, it's because it's all you need. She's a musician. She's a singer. I can't talk. She's a musician, singer, and a podcaster who is making it her life's passion to help others. That is short, sweet, and to the point. Can you tell me how you do that?
What I've started out doing, and this has been back about a year or so ago. I was working with KWVH as a volunteer, and I had pitched a vignette series called A Positive Life Moment with Teresa to the station manager. We are now live doing that. It's pre-recorded. It's at 6:05 a.m. Central Time on kwvh.org. It goes like this. A positive life moment with Teresa. Be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. Maya Angelou. A positive life moment with Teresa. Now, my mentor there, Tanya, has been really supportive on this, and she's not the only one. I had been thinking about this. I had been involved with the Napoleon Hill group for a while, and I've just been, my heart's been telling me, look, you've gone through a lot of stuff. Share your knowledge. If you can help one person in your life is wonderful. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be going into the recording the studio Monday to finish up the next set of 40. I mean, right now we've got 40 playing, and I'm going to record and edit the next 40.
That's a lot.
It is.
It is.
But they're 40. That's correct. But I mean, they're short. I mean, they run either from 10 seconds to 45 seconds. It just depends on. And I have a mix that I look at the most positive things I can find, because it's as I had told my station manager. This world is so negative right now. People are just screaming something that's positive, something to wake them up, something to start their day with. That was the whole Rising podcast also came about. I've only done 2 episodes. That will restart probably in February. It's unscripted. I talk from my heart. Subject gets laid, or I just talk without scripting.
Nice.
Because I find if I script it, I'll mess up, and I'd rather talk from my heart, because hearts reach to one another.
So I'm curious, are Golden Phoenixes any different than Phoenixes? They have the rebirth, or is it just the color of them?
It's just the color. It's just something that I saw in my mind when I started the business. I originally started out in voiceover.
Okay.
I trained as voiceover. So basically, Golden Phoenix Voicewerx is covering background acting. It's covering the Positive Life Moment with Teresa, the Phoenix Rising podcast, and I'm looking at taking some speakers training about middle of the year, because I'm being led to do all these things. But the image I saw was just a golden phoenix, and I've always resonated with the phoenix, that and wild mustangs. But I've always, if you're thinking about spirit animal, the phoenix would be one. The mustang definitely would be the other. Because I had somebody read me recently, and they said, you fit the profile of a wild mustang and a phoenix. She said, don't tell me that there's no such thing as. I said, I know there's no such thing as a mythological animal you're on.
Well, my spirit animal, this was before unicorns were cool, but I was into unicorns in the 80s. I was all about, so I'm like, because now everybody's like, oh, unicorns. I'm like, y'all, where was all this unicorn stuff growing up? Like, I had like a super cool unicorn lamp. I was all about the unicorns, but they didn't have nearly as much stuff. Now there's stuff everywhere. And it's interesting because I find a lot of child-free women identify with the unicorn from the perspective of I'm not seeing a lot, but it sounds like the phoenix fits more of you. So why does the phoenix really resonate for you enough that I know you saw the image, but I'm wondering if there's a bit more of the story there.
Well, I've always resonated with the story of Phoenix from the time I was small. I mean, our household, we had a lot of different books. And I had seen a picture of a phoenix one time, and the legend of the phoenix specifically states that the phoenix can't be killed. It will build a funeral pyre, burn itself down, and then rise right back up out of the ashes into a new life. And I found that I've done that multiple times in my 61 years on this planet. Earth, reborn, and that's something that's always resonated with me.
Gotcha. So I'm curious because my marketing brain is on your 10 to 45-second segments. Are you also turning those into Instagram reels or using those online
I
at all?
haven't yet. I haven't yet. I'm going to, though, because with this second recording, I'm going to start uploading them to, because right now they're just audio only, because that's the way they were recorded, was audio only. So I'm trying to figure out how to do that on Instagram. And I'm also going to start sharing that. I've got a lot of things that I'm planning to get started this year. I'm just taking one baby step at a time, because I know if I try to do everything once, I'm going to be pulling my hair out, So that tells me, one baby step at a time, do what you can. When you can, don't worry about the rest. I mean, I've had to learn that the hard way too, because I used to be a worrier. I mean, over worrier. And part of that was, back due to some of the things I went through in childhood. I mean, that all that stuff comes up. I mean, if you don't know how to release it and look at it, it's going to bite you.
That can definitely happen. So, tell us a little bit about some of your clients that you've been working with. Like we could continue on that, but I feel like I want to talk about your clients next.
Okay. Right now, I'm doing work with a radio station, as I said, with the Positive Life. I am expanding into different networks. That would be either a voiceover, a speaker, or other clients. Like I have an appointment later today to talk to a lady that's having a lot of problems trauma-wise. And I'm going to sit and talk with her. And I'm no licensed counselor, but all I can offer is just what is in my heart. I mean, there's no really specific set clients right now, because I'm just now getting started with all of this.
Very cool. And I know you're just getting started with this, and you're just getting started with the Women Entrepreneurs Living Child-Free. What about the Women Entrepreneurs Living Child-Free kind of sparked your interest of, ooh, wait, what?
I'd seen some of your podcast, and I had been doing some research because I wanted to go into a networking like this. This feels like a perfect fit for me. I mean, everything I read and heard just say, this is where you need to go. This is where you need to be. Usually in my heart, because if I listen to the brain first, sometimes, well, that doesn't work too well.
Gotcha. Yeah, and if y'all are out there and you are a child-free woman living entrepreneur, or you know one of those amazing women, we do have our Facebook group where we hang out, facebook.com/group/women entrepreneurs living child-free. And really, we're women entrepreneurs living child-free everywhere, minus Facebook. But if you put women entrepreneurs living child-free, it'll pop up. Facebook, that was too long, and it's a long name. I know it's not as catchy, but I wanted it to be like you can read it and know what you're doing. It was like, do I go for cute or do I go for it makes sense? And I went with it makes sense versus cute. But we'd love to have y'all watching. And do know we have our event live every month from 11:05 a.m. to 12:55 p.m. This is a free networking event where women come out and network. And so let's pretend we are at a networking event and someone said, hey, what is it you do? Tell me about you and your business. Tell me about your vision of what you want to create for this year. I know that's a lot of stuff to tell me.
All right. My vision for this year is very simple: to expand into more areas. I currently do voiceover. I do podcasting. I do the vignettes. I'm working with speakers training. I do podcaster. All of this comes together in one package under Golden Phoenix Voicewerx, because I do use my voice to communicate. And if you know of someone that is wanting somebody to do a voiceover, look at my site, look at the demos I've done. If you want to be a guest on my podcast, let me know there. I'm going to be expanding into different areas because I'm being led to. I go from my heart. I don't always go from my brain, because I find going through my intuition and my heart makes things easier. So if you're looking for something like me, the information, my information will be forthcoming.
Yeah, so y'all, I have her website here, Golden Phoenix Voice. But if you look at the works at the end, just instead of WORKX, it's WERX. And I just want y'all to notice that and see that to make sure that you go to the right website. And I was actually on it earlier. And when you pull it up, you're going to see a photo here, a lovely, of Teresa. And then there's a phoenix with coming out of a microphone. So that's how you know you're on the right page. So tell us a little bit, because if you're doing voice work, I assume that you're really good at taking care of your voice. And many of us use our voices to speak, even if it's not voice over work. Could you give us a couple of tips on how we can take care of our voice as best possible?
Okay, one thing is to stay hydrated. I mean, when I'm in my recording booth to do voiceovers, I make sure that I have water there. Keeping hydrated is extremely important. If you're dealing with a scratch or itch in your throat, I use throat coat tea. But if I'm getting to where I can't talk, I will reschedule an appointment. I will reschedule a voiceover work. Your voice is it needs to be taken care of. Those are the ways that I take care of my voice.
Gotcha. And since we're talking voice, and I know you're a musician, singer, and all stuff, soprano, alto, where do you like to sing?
Actually, mezzo soprano. I'm at the lower end of soprano, but with the exercises I'm doing, my voice is actually going up. But right now, I'm classified as a technical mezzo soprano.
Gotcha. I'm like trying to remember. I'm like, oh yeah, we had altos low, high, sopranos low, high back in the day in chorus. That was my music. I've dabbled with the keyboard for a minute or two or a real piano actually as a kid, but then chorus is what I did. I like the singing part of it. And we still do karaoke. I'm like, you want to do karaoke? Yay!
I do karaoke. I do it 3 times a week.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, good Lord. I've got at least 4 of them. Texas Blues, Stevie Ray Vaughan, The House is Rocking, of course. Let's see what else. I've done The Carpenters, Top of the World. Love that. I've done Blackfoot's Train. And I've also done Louis Armstrong's What a Wonderful World. I tend to do 60s, 70s, the rock, and then classical country, which I have covered Patsy Cline's 1957 version of Walking After Midnight, because I love that song.
Nice.
Dolly Parton's Coat and Collars, Donna Fargo's The Happiest Girl in the Whole USA. So, I mean, I go through different things, but the ones I get the most reaction are out of Stevie Ray Vaughan and Train, and then What a Wonderful World, and then The Carpenters. I get the best reactions out of those, although I do other songs as well.
I'm sitting here thinking, because there was another woman, I interviewed her last year. It might have been Hunter. there was a woman, so I'm gonna have to figure it out because it's gonna bother me. And then I'm gonna go into the Facebook group, y'all, that I was talking about earlier. I love it when I figure out things. So in the Facebook group, I'm gonna be looking to connect you with the other karaoke gal because I love the fact that we have these things in common. In addition to being child free, what's like one of the things that is, in your mind, is going to set networking with the child free women apart from just regular all the folks or all the parents, all the stuff?
Energy definitely sets your group apart. I love being a part of this group. I mean, there's just a different energy being child free as there is with having children. That's the only way that I can basically put it.
Gotcha. And I get you. Sometimes it's hard to put the finger on what exactly it is. I do think it's interesting because child free by itself is something that's unusual in the world, and entrepreneurs by itself is something unusual in the world. And we're women and our brains work differently. And so you kind of put all three together and it's like this teeny, I need to get the Venn diagram done because it's going to be like this teeny tiny little spot that barely intersects. Maybe I'll ask AI to do that for me today because why not? Let's just have some fun with Venn diagrams. All right. Where can we find you online? I know we have your website. Are you active on social? Where can we find you?
Yes, Golden Phoenix Voicewerx on Instagram. Let's see. I also have a page dedicated to Golden Phoenix Voicewerx on Facebook. If you can't get me there, then there's one other place. It would be Tiger Phillips, Tygre, the Italian spelling, on Instagram. Right now, those, and you can also reach me via YouTube at Diane, Diane, Phillips 3226 on YouTube.
Awesome. Y'all, wealth of information that we have here. Really interesting. You know, if you want some voiceover work. Oh, actually, that brings me to a good question. Why would somebody want voiceover from you instead of doing it themselves? And let me just do a little caveat. I'm not talking myself because I'm Tiffanie and my voice is part of what I do as a speaker. And so if you're a speaker out there listening, this may or may not apply to you. She's going to tell us. However, for those of you that are like, I don't like the way I sound and you're not a speaker, you know, why would people use voiceover both ways?
Okay, both ways. It would be like if you're doing online advertising, they usually ask for a very pleasing voice. And if you don't like your voice, that can be a bit of a stumbling block. But I've been trained. Most of the voiceover actors have been trained. They've gone to school for it. They also have different accents. Mine is just general American and American Southern. But to choose me over somebody that can do it themselves is because I have been trained. I know how to record. I know how to edit. You know, all of that is important in a voiceover. The main important thing is your voice. It's got to be pleasing. Unless whoever is asking you to do the recording says otherwise. It's all at the discretion of the client. I mean, I've had one that had me making sounds. I didn't get the job, but I had.
Now I want to hear the dragon sound. What's a dragon sound? Can we have a dragon sound?
Mm-hmm. And I can do one quick voiceover that is probably going to get people laughing, and I have to laugh at this. My teacher.
Wait. Let me get you big full screen. All right.
Okay. Victor, I'm here on official business. You can come out willingly, or I'll tell them to take care of your pop. I suggest option A. Overeager office manager, type A. The funny thing about this was that the guy that was recording my instructor was trying to get it louder because those last couple of words were done before the I suggest option A. They were to be done at a full screen. He didn't win that argument.
Yeah, no, I got
Him down on it, but you know something? That's one of my favorite ones to do.
love it. Love it. So y'all, we have had some great little nuggets. We're learning how to use it, why to use it. Anything else that we need to know, Teresa, before we go?
Just take care of yourselves. You're loved. You're appreciated. And cut yourself some slack when you're having a hard day, okay?
Wait, did you know I'm having a hard day? Well, yesterday was my hard day. Did you know I was having a hard day? I think that's probably a good lesson for everyone every day.
It is. It is.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. Y'all check her out online. Go over to Golden Phoenix Voicewerx, WERX.com. And we will see you next Friday with another amazing woman entrepreneur living child free. Happy networking, y'all.